वनक्कम, मैं हैदर अली सैयद आसिफगंज से यूनाइटेड अंडर तमिल सेवा।
About the messenger, and the second question you questioned is about the where was Adam, which place Adam landed up. These are two
Yeah,
questions.
Yeah, actually, Heather, I was gonna ask, like, can you clarify, like, what you were saying about Adam coming to the earth, like, what part of the earth, right? So he was the one who called it Arafat at that time. So, I mean, I'm not a saint or Sufi here. I'm not a scholar, but um, if you want to preach something, if you want to give any information, I strongly suggest you. Are you a scholar or like what are you like? Can I ask you something?
see, that's you asking a personal question. We are here discussing Quran. Okay,
No, no,
and
discussing Quran. See, the thing is, discussion of a Quran is, or any book, for instance, Gita, you can say Bible. You can only
yeah,
discuss when you know it all from in and out. When you're a scholar, have you studied? The reason I ask is like, if anyone wants to have a conversation with you about Bible or Gita or Quran or any other books, I want to make sure that you have studied and you're a scholar, right? Like, for example, Dr. Zakir Naik is there, right? There are many other scholars there, so that's why I'm asking, like, having that conversation, because I cannot, I'm no one to correct you, and you
Samir,
are nobody to tell me, right?
Samir, is it okay?
Yes.
Interrupt? See, there is something I want to say about scholarship,
Mm-hmm.
right? A scholarship is something that, let's say, that I want to study on a specific subject, be it religion, history, whatever, and I will have to pass through a chain of institutions which is being governed by scholars and disciplines based on to like a certain discipline, everything views. So when I join, and in case if based on the books they offered me to study, if my thought process goes in a way, and if I express something entirely different from what they have already said or like against to what they've already said, I cannot pursue furthermore in that institution. Do you know about it?
Sorry, I didn't quite understand your question.
That is, if in a specific subject, I get into an institution to study. I get into an
Mm-hmm.
institution if I study, and like, I mean, based on the book offered to me, I study, and then I express a certain point of view,
Mm-hmm.
which can be against my any of the seniors, or it can be different from any of my seniors. They will not allow me to continue my studies. Do you know about it?
No, okay, so let me explain it to you
No, no,
this
no,
way.
no, 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 no. Do you know about it or not? That is the
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
worldwide. That is the institution scenario. So if you want to be a scholar, that no matter what you think, you are allowed to research based on the path it is being defined by the seniors, or who were super seniors, or it's not
So
supposed to debunk any of our seniors view.
here's the thing.
No, no,
Here's
no.
the
There is
thing.
no so and all that. Let me complete. So this is the scenario. If you want to say anything, if you look in a different way, there is no way you will ever get a scholar. You will become a scholar. You will not get your degree. Even if you get your degree, that they will not allow you to perform in any universities in the whole world itself. I can actually cite a
Can
couple
you?
of information on that.
Okay,
So
so
this
Sorry
let
to
is the,
me
interrupt. Can
let
you come
me
back to the
let
point
me
again?
so when
Yeah.
such a in that such
let
a,
me
scenario, in that such a scenario, when a person expresses such an opinion, you want you are asking the person that
Ajay,
whether
you
he's a
need to
scholar in a
pause.
specific
Okay, you're
subject.
speaking a lot,
No, 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 no.
really. Yeah.
Here,
Hey,
Ruben.
listen, Amara.
Here,
There
Ruben,
is no such thing called.
Ruben.
Listen.
Okay,
Wait a
you
moment.
spoke not.
Wait a
I
Heather,
moment.
already
Wait a
listened
Heather,
to
moment.
you.
this
I
need,
already,
man
Listen.
I
is
already
not
I've
listened to
been.
allowing
you.
anyone.
Wait a
I
moment, both of
already
you.
listened to you. No, no, no.
Put both of them
I
down.
already listened to you.
Put
No,
Summit down. First thing is, I did not come up on stage just like that straight away. I started, see, you run. That's what you can do. You also can run. See, period. Room over.
Yeah,
Even I have some questions about what you say. I may have, but
yeah,
that does not mean that somebody can come and tell you that only if you're a scholar from an institution you can talk, and otherwise you cannot talk. Nobody can tell anybody that.
that's true. Yeah,
That is what I'm against. If they don't want to understand what scholarship is, and how someone can actually become a scholar, and they don't need to be there anywhere. They don't have to go and listen to anybody. They have to come to Clubhouse and look for scholars, check their profile and see that whether they have studied in some institution, then go listen.
yeah, that's true.
They should not listen to anyone else.
Yeah,
Now here, either they open up a room and keep preaching that this is how to be spoken. This is how a room has to be conducted. They can't go into a room and where it is hosted by somebody and tell them that this is not how you preach. No, nobody can tell anybody. It is not either MD or Ruben or whoever. Even us, we cannot go and tell somebody that you cannot preach this way and you're supposed to preach that way. You can preach only when you get your degree or
scholarship.
whatever in some institution, scholarship. No. If you can ask you question and if you are not giving a sufficient answer, that you can go for a cross question. And if still it is not sufficient, for that he is supposed to give answers for his questions,
Yeah,
because that is when we can figure out that whether what is the right answer.
that's
But
true.
if I ask you a question where I don't even know the answer, you give an answer that when I can't, since I don't know the answer, I can't figure out whether your answers are correct one or not, but still it is not satisfying. I can simply say that your answer is not satisfying.
Yes, yeah,
Because your answer is not satisfying, I cannot tell you that are you a scholar? If you're a scholar, even if it is not satisfying, I will take it. That is what he was actually saying. He
hmm,
was not satisfied with your answer. He didn't get it, most of it. So he wanted to know whether you are a scholar. If you're a scholar, he's a scholar. Even if I don't understand, I will take it. That is
hmm,
what scholarship stuff teaches. This is against not Muslims or Christians or anyone. It is the basic human right that every single person that is born with, that is expressing his thoughts. It is against that. That is where I am against people. Anyways, enjoy
yeah.
yours. But there is one point I want to say. One question I want to ask. What is that like? He came to Sri Lanka, from where?
From heaven,
Sorry.
from when Adam was created in the heaven, and they were sent down to earth.
Okay, then it becomes a belief system. It is not a historical fact.
Hmm. He was sent down. Yeah, and there is a
Because
site
the
in
belief, the belief of that created in heaven sent to earth is a belief system. It does not
mhm.
hold any proof anywhere.
Okay.
Muslims or you or whoever, like Jewish, anybody can believe whatever they want. But when you're speaking of history, that then it is not. And you cannot say, based on that belief system, the names of Adam Bridge and all that is being done.
Okay.
Because I
Yeah.
will tell you why. In English term, when they use Adam, they usually use it for old, anything old.
Okay.
From I don't know anything from Adam, man, which means what? I don't know anything from the beginning. These all English phrases.
Mhm.
So when they name Adam Bridge in their point of view, it means it is the oldest bridge.
Okay, okay, okay.
It is not because Adam was sitting there.
It's the oldest bridge. Okay.
That is how like they'll say. So it has nothing to do with the biblical Adam because it is a figure of speech when they use Adam. I don't know him from Adam, which means what? Like, for the longest time, I mean, from the beginning, I don't even know him.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So this is how it goes. So you have to be careful about, like, what information you gather and inspect it,
Mhm.
at, like, when you speak it out, you have to have.
Yes.
The MD's problem is that you don't know a single word of Arabic. He's the guy, right? Like he comes and talks. I've
Yeah.
spoken to him.
He's
And
actually
he also
Maulana.
he also doesn't know Arabic. Am I correct? He's a Tamil Muslim.
No, he's not a Tamil. He's a from Bihar, and he has done his.
Um,
He's a Maulana.
so what he says is that if a guy does not know Arabic, he should not speak like in a Quran. Correct?
Yeah, he had come. He had a discussion, but
No, forget
he
about him.
doesn't.
No,
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
worry
yeah.
about that. His
Okay,
point of
okay.
view is that if a person does not know Arabic, he should not speak about Islam or Quran.
No, yeah, that's what he's trying to say.
No, it is not. He is trying to say. It is
Yeah, this
what
is what
most
he's trying.
Arabic Muslims they say.
Yeah, people who are alim only they can talk, but otherwise the other common
So,
people
so
should
it
not.
is that like they are these people who are the first class, the guys who learn Arabic. I mean, the Quran from Tamil, different language is a second class. The guys
Second.
who are actually not Arabic. No, the first thing is the first class is Arabic people who
Yeah.
read the Quran in Arabic are the first class. Then
Yes.
other people who learn Arabic and then read Quran is second class. Then the third
Yeah.
people, the Muslims, who simply recite Arabic but who doesn't know what it means, is the third class. And the fourth
Yeah.
one is who read Quran translation and still, but all of them are Muslims. They will
Yes.
say Muslims provide equality,
Yeah. The class system is there. That's true.
but
Rightly said.
this
Rightly.
system is there. So they treat
Yeah.
one another differently in a mosque. If you don't dress up like an Arab, they treat you differently. If you don't look like an Arab and don't dress as an Arab, they treat differently. And if you look entirely different from Muslim, without having a beard, without a dress, and simple native. So let's say that there is a guy in dhoti and one shirt and a normal
Yeah.
hair. If you go to mosque, how do they treat him?
They will not
Equal?
consider Muslim. They will not consider him as a Muslim also. They will allow him, but they will not talk to him, or he will be as an
I
outcast
will
actually.
whack every single one of them if they try to tell me that Islam teaches equality. When these people within this itself they see it, how are they going to see people who does not read Quran?
Yeah,
But what do they expect when they are sitting in my land? They want equality.
they want equality. Yeah,
If they
that's the
want
way.
such thing that you sit in another person's land and sit there you consider that you are superior to that person,
This is how they are
who do
brought
they
up.
think they are?
They are brought up that way only.
Because that they have that nomadic tendency of being an aggressor. When we have because we keep talking about how old we are, what old civilization we have, so we want to be civilized. So we try
Yeah,
to treat another person equal, even though they speak a different language, different dress up, different
yeah,
ethnicity, that we are treating them as an equal, and they demand it from us also. Because why they demand it from us? Because we can give it to them, because we have it, we have the mind
yeah,
to give
yeah.
equality, because we are civilized, we do that.
That's true.
And when it is asked from them, that will never be given by them.
They will never give. Yeah, they will never give. And even if you are speaking Urdu,
So, and the people
uh,
who you entertain, like in a crowd, like you do it, like all of them are the same. They may be nice, some of them like, can be friendly, but no, all of them are the same. And they keep telling the world, like deceiving the world, like going and telling non-Muslims that Islam provides like equality, and try to make them believe that it is, and make them a Muslim.
mhm,
There are people who have become Muslims like that.
yes,
But by the
they're
time
into
they
confusion.
understand that, it does not provide equality. It is not about the book. It is about the people who holding the book.
True. Yeah,
So with that book, they subjugate everybody in the world.
they are using that book to run their evil
So
administration.
when they themselves do not follow what is being said, to do that, they take verses from there and try to tell them this is it, and that is it.
Yeah,
And what they practice is inequality. And they have the balls to come and talk to people who are non-Muslims.
yeah,
They're not even supposed to talk to non-Muslims if they are thinking that way. They should live their life within themselves. They should even see the other side of the world. They should not go live in somebody else's world.
that's true.
All of them have to get back to their own world and put a net around them and live there and die. Who cares?
Yeah, okay.
No one.
I mean, they are
I
mentally
hope
they are like
those one of those this is called nomadic tendency. The one who has never created culture.
yeah,
They can only go steal culture from another person and use it against them, and
yeah.
they will
After
never
learning,
become one.
they will never become one. They after learning, they will use that
Today
same
they will
policy
say
and
all these guys they say that Arab and all this thing. Tomorrow, in another 500 years, another place is said everyone will go run there. They will
yeah,
leave their own because nothing is their own. They don't have a place on their own. They say
that's
place
true.
on their own. What is it like? Today Muslims say that they have a place on their own in India by what? Like they have a document saying that they bought a property. That is how
This is how, yeah,
they can all say leave. They are exactly like the same that were nomadic Brahmins. They're exactly
that's
the same that there are Christian fanatics.
yes,
None of them belong to this land.
true.
Because today's standard, they'll say, I belong here how long? Like for 100 years, 500 years, 200 years, 300 years. In 500 years,
Yeah,
some other place is most important. They'll just go there. After 500
yeah,
years, this is what they've been doing for the last 10,000 years. They
yeah.
never found a place for their own, and it is not finding a place. Group of us, let's go. You will find 1,000 acres, if nobody is there, we can have our own. We can have this, we can take it as own. That was the situation about 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago. It was
Yeah.
the situation. But what do you do with the land? To make it as your own, what you have to do? You
Work
have to
on it.
work on
Yeah,
it.
okay.
That they don't know.
That's true.
They won't do that because they don't know. They have to. They have to have administration set up. Their people have to have laws. They the laws to live a way of life. That's how that the small villages and the towns and the cities are born.
That's true.
That we have
Yeah,
done it for thousands of years here.
that's true. Yeah,
And these people can't do it. They come, sit by us, and they keep by doing whatever they want, they live. If they get a chance that we do, they destroy the owner and they sit for a while, then they can't run it after some time, then they run.
they done. Yeah,
How Iran has become a desert.
that's true.
But as per the records, that was supposed to be one of the richest land, between Euphrates and Tigris. They
That's true.
came,
Yeah.
they saw that it was flourishing, then they occupied it after Hammurabi. Then what
Mm-hmm.
happened? It became because they do not know how to maintain it.
That's true. Yeah. I think
Our
532
friend,
Cyrus. Yeah,
our friend,
Cyrus.
from the region, he says, there's a water scarcity. We don't know. the books talks about like when the green rich and everything. Now nothing is there. Why? Because they don't know how to preserve it, and they don't know how to make it.
That's true. Yeah.
They don't even know that people assume that you plant trees, the trees will grow. No, that's not how it is. In order for the tree to grow, there are so many other things to be done. Only then that place will become full of greenery. You
Yeah.
come, a layman doesn't even know what is Bible, doesn't even know what is Mahabharata, Ramayana, none of the books he would have read. Like he will teach you that how to make a dry land fertile land.
Yeah.
And these people, nomadic people who come and think that they can bullshit to anyone they feel like. They want what is it they want? It is not they want to follow a book, Quran or whatever the book available which attracts people. They only want to use the book to dominate the people, who get attracted and come to the book.
Yeah.
That's the only
Divide and
thing they
rule.
want.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
using the book to
This
divide
you keep it.
the
This
culture. Yeah.
video, this audio, you put up in yours. A message to those nomadic people. The message to those that who use religions, who create religion and use it. This you upload it. Be it my voice. It's fine. I'm
Okay.
fine with that. Usually I don't approve, but like this, I'm giving it a go.
Vanakkam. Thank you.